Hello. Yeah. Yeah. I made sure to look nice for Valentine's Day. It's still Valentine's Day where I am, so even though it's a late stream, it's still Valentine's Day. So, haha, still made it. Still made it. But, yes. There's not gonna be any games tonight. I figured, tonight it would just be like I believe they call it a Zatsudan? Yeah, it's gonna be one of those streams. It's gonna be one of those streams where we just we just talk, we just have some, read some poetry and just talk about love. Since today is the day to feel things, it's the day to feel emotions. So it was, so to speak. But yes, I hope everyone's been doing okay. If you are lurking, of course, I appreciate you in the background. A couple of things, like I did say before, I did have to fix my computer, so hopefully that sudden shutting off issue is fixed. If not, I'm going to be in incredible pain and have to fix that again. We also have new emotes. A bunch of them got approved thanks to big old Daddy Twitch fixing them all for us. Oh, Henry, welcome in, welcome in. But yes, there's a lot of things that hopefully have been fixed. But we'll see. We'll see. Yes. I'm not going to show the poetry I'm reading because I don't really think that's really important. I don't think I need to share the screen with you all. But yeah, I will have... Oh, what's going on now? I didn't see. Oh. Neural Home, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, well then. I get... Oh, wow, a bot followed me just to do that. Really now? That is fantastic. Wow. Let me just fix that real quick. Let me just... There we go. Wow. Wow. Even when you have follower only mode on, they do that. That's fun. That's fun. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're having a great start. We're having a fantastic start on the Valentine's stream. Fantastic start. Anyway, enough of the vibing music. Let's get romantic. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ah. I hope you all have had a good Valentine's Day. Wow, that's not romantic enough? Wow. Fine. Do I gotta find more romantic music? Fine. I'll see what I got. Fine, let's see what else is there. Okay, do you have any suggestions? I'll look up some things maybe. Alright, let's see. I am not putting up most romantic music of all time because that's probably going to get me copyright strike. But let's see. Let's see. I remember this one song from Pokemon I think is really good. No, I don't think that would work. Oh, Wizzy! Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you've had a good one. I hope it's been well. Let's see. I wonder, let's see, maybe Catherine would be a good choice. It's a little too depressing. No, not Persona. No, not that one. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day though, Wizzy. Hope everything's been going okay. Really enjoying the streams so far. Let's see. Sexy video game music. Let's see what we can get. Video game music. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to find something. They got something from Yoshi's Woolly World. We're not going to be playing that. Actually, what does the Yoshi's Woolly World song sound like? That is not sexy. Hell no. We are not playing that. No, not that. No. No, we're not playing that. Let's see, non-copyright guitar music. Let's see. Oh, this sounds pretty nice. Hey, B, welcome in, welcome in. Separate the VOD tracks later, okay. I'll look into it. But, yes. This sounds okay. Beautiful, Spanish guitar music, which shouldn't be copywritten. Whatever happens is whatever happens. Anyway. I do have a bunch of poems we could read and just talk. So let's start, I guess. Let's see. The first one, let me just shrink this down so I can actually see the chat. But, B, how are you doing? How was your Valentine's Day? How is everything with you? Alright. There we go. I will lower this down just a teeny tiny bit. There we go. There we go. That should be fine. Valentine's Day just passed? Yes, I had figured. I had figured as much. But... And if, for those of you who are wondering, yes, I will turn sound alerts off, so even though I will not hear any of the sound alerts, alright? I'm not gonna hear anything blasting on my eardrums with the stream. Anyway. So the first poem... Oh. I was at work, still at work. Oh, I see. Well, the first poem we have is Annabelle Lee. How was my Valentine's Day? I didn't do anything. I did errands the entire day. And that was basically it. I don't normally celebrate Valentine's Day, really. It's just another day for me, honestly. Nothing special. Nothing special. I hope the music isn't too loud. But yes, I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day all that much. So the first poem we have is Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. Very old one, it seems. And it reads, "It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabelle Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsmen came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sceptre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, all as men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, as many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee, and the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea." Jojo, welcome in, welcome in. That was Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. A very sad story, it seems. How your love can be taken from you at an early age, and that you never really get over your love. Yeah, there's a lot of that happening, but you gotta move on. But it always takes time. Doesn't matter who you are. It takes time for the heart to move on. And I am having a little bit to drink as well, just in case anyone was wondering. I'm not having anything too strong, but I figured might as well. But yeah, a very nice poem. I was recommended to it by someone. Very nice. And this one, the next one, is 29 of the most beautiful love poems ever written. This one, I haven't read all of them, but I have read a few. So this one is Bird Understander by Craig Arnold. Okay, these aren't too long, so we should be able to get through a good number of them. So it's not too late. Anyway, Bird Understander by Craig Arnold. For many reasons, I love you. Here is one. The way you write me from the gate at the airport, so I can tell you everything will be all right. So you tell me there is a bird trapped in the terminal, all the people ignoring it because they do not know what to do with it, except to leave it alone until it scares itself to death. It makes you terribly, terribly sad. You wish you could take the bird outside and set it free, or, failing that, call a bird understander to come help the bird. All you can do is notice the bird and feel for the bird and write to tell how language feels. Impossible, impossibly useless. But you are wrong. You are a bird understander, better than I could ever be, who makes so many noises and call them song. These are your own words, your way of noticing and saying plainly of not turning away from hurt. You have offered them to me. I am only giving them back. If only I could show you how very useless they are not. I think the purpose of that one is that when you're speaking to someone you love, that person, in my experience at least, they think they're annoying when they're talking. They think, oh, I need to, sorry if I bumped the mic. They're thinking, oh, I'm being annoying by talking about the things I'm interested in. I'm just a bird in a terminal. Everyone is doing their own thing, and I'm very much just trying to explain myself, and I come across as annoying to the rest of the world. But to someone who cares about you, and to someone who I guess is very in love with you or into you, the words that you think are annoying chirping of a bird is just music to that person's ears. It's nice to have someone who, when they hear you speak, they can't stop but listen to you. You know, it's one of those things where the more you care about someone, the more you get excited hearing them speak. So that's how I interpret it anyway. I know when I just love hearing people talk about their passions, and when they're talking about it, I kind of get a feeling of not excitement, but I get that kind of secondhand enthusiasm from when they speak. I think that one was very thought-provoking. Play whatever you want on the stream, it's fine. It's okay, Henry. The more I listened to it, I was like, you know what, maybe we could play something a bit more romantic. And guitar is always good. Nothing says romantic than a Spanish guitar. Anyway, let's see what else they have. Oh, this one's an old one. William Shakespeare. Ooh, nice. This one is called Sonnet 40 by William Shakespeare. I apologize if I stumble. William Shakespeare has a very weird way of of putting his words. Let's say that. But without further ado, take all my loves, my love, yeah, take them all. What hast thou then more than thou hast before? No love, my love, that thou mightst true love call. All mine was thine before thou hast this more. Then it was for my love, thou my love receivest. I cannot blame thee for my love, thou use it. But yet to be blamed if thou this self deceivest. By wilful taste of what thou'st refuse it, I do forgive thy robbery, gentle grief, although thou steal thee all by poverty, and yet love knows it is a greater grief to bear love's wrong than hate's known injury. Last grievous grace, in whom all ill well shows, kill me with spites, yet we must not be foes. I wouldn't say that one is romantic. I'd say that one is just more show love instead of hate, which is much easier said than done, I know. But I think it's it's a good one. It's okay. Let's see. This one is, let me see. Might boost the music just a tiny bit. There we go. This one is called simply I Love You by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. I love your lips when they're wet with wine and red with a wild desire. I love your eyes when the love light lies, lit with a passionate fire. I love your arms when the warm white flesh touches mine in a fond embrace. I love your hair when the strands enmesh your kisses against my face. Not for me the cold, calm kiss of a virgin's bloodless love, not for me the saint's white bliss, nor the heart of a spotless dove, but give me the love that is so freely gives and laughs at the whole world's blame. With your body so young and warm in my arms, it sets my poor heart aflame. So kiss me, sweet, with your warm, wet mouth, still fragrant with ruby wine, and say with a furfur born of the south, that your body and soul are mine. Clasp me close in your warm, young arms, while the pale stars shine above, and we'll live our whole young lives away in the joys of a living love. That one was very sweet. I think I like that one the most so far. Ella Wheeler Wilcox. I like that. You're just kind of appreciating being with the person you love. You're just feeling what it feels like to be around them. I'm sorry if I can't put that in better words, but it's a nice feeling. It's a very good love poem. I like that one. Let's see. this is interesting. Love is more thicker than forget by E. E. Cummings. Let's see if this one's any good. Love is more thicker than forget, more thinner than recall, more seldom than a wave is wet, more frequent than to fail. It is most mad and moonly, and less it shall be, it shall unbe, than all the sea which only is deeper than the sea. Love is less always than to win. Love is never than alive. Less bigger than the least begin. Less lighter than forgive. It is most sane and sunly, and more it cannot die than all the sky, which only is higher than the sky. That one was a little bit confusing for me. I didn't understand the point of that one. But it was okay. It was okay. Just okay. This one is called To Cecilia by Ben Jonson. Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine, or leave a kiss but in the cup, and I'll not look for wine. The thirst that from the soul doth rise doth ask a drink divine. But might I of Jove's nectar sup, I would not change for thine. I sent thee late a rosemary wealth, not so much honoring thee, as giving it a hope that there it could be weathered, it could not weathered be. But thou thereon didst only breathe, and send'st it back to me. Since when it grows and smells, I swear, not of itself, but thee. I don't know what that one is meant to represent, honestly. If anyone has an idea, please let me know. But, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's, maybe it's the person saying that I just want you. I don't want to drink the pleasures of others. I don't want to enjoy what other things life has to give me. I just want you. Maybe. That could very well be the case. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally don't think you should ever really hold someone of a higher standard than yourself. I think you should enjoy the pleasures of life, and the person you're with is kind of a cherry on top. You know? They shouldn't make your life, they should enhance it. And you should never, ever value someone more than you value yourself. Because nothing is guaranteed. You know, life isn't guaranteed in terms of who you end up with. So you might as well enjoy your pleasures and be with someone who they may not understand it, but at least they respect it, and they respect you because of it. That's what I think, personally. I think you should always be happy with the person you're with, and they should respect you for who you are. And they should never be the only thing in your life, because there are always others, and there are always other things you can enjoy. Oh, goody, a bot. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you for sniping them for me. No bots tonight. No bots tonight. Only romance. Yes. Good. Oh. I wonder what this one is about. She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. That's a kick-ass name. Lord Byron? All right, Lord. Let's see what you got. She walks in beauty. She walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless claims and starry skies. All that's best of dark and bright met in her aspects and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven trees, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. That one was nice. It didn't seem like the person was necessarily in a relationship with them, but it seems like more of like he saw how I interpret it is he saw a random beautiful woman passing by, and he was just so enamored with her beauty that he couldn't do anything but put it into words. I think that's how I interpret it, at least. I don't know. I've never seen anyone that made me be absolutely speechless with their beauty. You know? I'm very much I wouldn't say I am like completely a personality person, but I think looks are 50% and personality is the other 50%. It's a nice balancing act. I think, attraction is definitely the first thing you'll see, but getting to know the person for me shows whether or not I'm into them, I guess you could say. Because appearances are face value. And the more you get to know someone, the more you kind of appreciate them for who they are. At least that's how I view it. But that's just me. Anyway. Let's see. Let's see who wrote. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. And hers is How Do I Love Thee? Alright. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when feeling out of sight. For the ends of being an ideal grace, I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with the passion but to use in my old griefs, and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with a love I seemed to lose. With my lost saints, I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life, and if God chose, I shall but love thee better after death. That one's nice. I think that one was nice. It's kind of like just talking about, how do I love you for all eternity? How do I love you after death? You know, I'll never stop loving you until my dying breath, and even then, I will try and find a way to love you, which is sweet. It's sweet. It's very sweet. Sorry if I'm freaking out. I'm taking a drink. There's a lot of romance, chat. There's a lot of romance. Sugar. Sweet. Yes, very sweet. Very, very sweet. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. This one is by John Keats, and his poem is You Say You Love. You say you love, but with a voice chaster than a nun's, who singeth the soft whispers of herself, while the chime bell ringeth, oh, love me truly. You say you love, but with a smile cold as sunrise in September, as you were St. Cupid's nun, and kept his weeks of ember. Oh, love me truly. You say you love, but then your lips, coral tinted, teach no blisses. More than coral in the sea, they never pout for kisses. Oh, love me truly. You say you love, but then your hand no soft squeeze for squeeze returneth. It is like a statue's dead, while mine to passion burneth. Oh, love me truly. A breath, a word or two of fire, smile as if those words should burn me. Squeeze as lovers should, oh kiss, and in thy heart inurn me. Oh, love me truly. I see. This one is unrequited love. As you can, these are my perspectives, of course. These are how I see the poems. They're not entirely right or not entirely wrong. Yes, yada, yada, yada. But how I see it is someone who is in love with someone, but it's a loveless relationship. You know? I don't know if the person, maybe it's a physical only relationship and one person is like, maybe it's a friends with benefits situation. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, you know, we're only together because we have to be together or because there's nothing better for us right now. And it seems like this person is absolutely in love and just wants to have that feeling back. And he says, my heart burns for you. I squeeze your hand with affection, but your hand is cold like a statue. We're together, but we're apart. And that's very true to relationships. In my experience, I'm going to say this right now, I've never been in a relationship, but I have definitely seen relationships firsthand that are like that. There are relationships that are more or less empty. You're together, but you're alone. And that's something a lot of people don't understand. It's the fact that you can be in a relationship and be lonely. You can be in a relationship and be miserable. That is a thing. I do blame media. I hope I'm not peeking too much, by the way. I just want to make sure I don't blow out your eardrums by accident. But I do blame the media for things like this, because we like to romanticize this idea of we're going to find our one true love. We're going to be with them forever. I don't know what you're on about. We're going to have kids. We're going to, die together, and we're going to be together forever. That doesn't happen a lot. That's a very rare thing that happens in society. Very rare. And it's that idea that we look for that gets us into trouble. it is over exaggerated. Exactly, B. Exactly. We try desperately to look for Prince Charming, Miss Right, whatever have you, and we end up in bad relationships because of that. We end up miserable. And it's a false reality that we're going to meet someone and that person is going to be made for us. It's a tough pill to swallow, but there is no one love of your life. There are multiple. You will always find a love of your life. There isn't one person built for a certain person. We're meant for a lot of different people, believe it or not. Like, when one door closes, quite literally another one opens, and they will always find another person out there, So never think that, just because your relationship doesn't work out, that means that's it for you. No. There's always someone out there. There's always someone else who will appreciate you for you. And maybe your personality attracts a certain type of person, and that's fine too. But, just don't feel like you have to be in a relationship with someone. Because you could very well be like the person in this poem. You're in a relationship, but you feel no love given back to you. You give so much more than them, and they don't return it. And when that happens, you should leave. I strongly believe that. But that is just my opinion. That's just a theory. We're not going to say that. I don't want to be copyright struck. Yeah. There's always love for everyone, so never think that you're alone. Never think you're alone. Okie dokie. What is next? Oh, well, speaking of love, we have Love's Philosophy by Percy Bysshe Shelley, I believe is their name. The fountains mingle with the river, and the rivers with the ocean. The winds of heaven mix forever with a sweet emotion. Nothing in the world is single, and all things by a law divine. In one another's being mingle, why not I with thine? See the mountains kiss high heaven, and the waves clasp one another. No sister flower would be forgiven if it disdained its brother. And the sunlight clasps the earth, and the moonbeams kiss the sea. What are all these kissings worth, if thou kiss not me? So that was basically what we were talking about. How one-sided love and the philosophy of love, and how we're taught to believe that everything has a pair, everyone has some kind of soulmate and things like that. No. That is not the case. And yes, we do feel like we want to be with someone. Even people who don't think they can, who don't think they want to be in a relationship. We all have those moments where we want some form of a connection. And I strongly think that you should learn to love yourself before you love another person. I think that is important. That no matter what happens, you should learn to love yourself, because at the end of the day, it's just you, You need to learn how your world works before you have to learn someone else's. That's my whole thing anyway. That's how I see it. Let me see. right. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the next one has to offer us, shall we? Oh, let's see. This one is by, again, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. And this one is When Our Two Souls Stand Up. And it reads, when our two souls stand up, erect and strong, face to face, silent, drawing nigh and nigher, until the lengthening wings break into fire. At either curved point, that bitter wrong can the earth do to us what we should not long be here contented? Think, in mounting higher, the angels would press on us and aspire to drop some golden orb of perfect song into our deep, dear silence. Let us stay rather on earth, beloved, where the unfit, contracious moods of men recoil away, and isolate pure spirits and permit a place to stand and love in for a day, with darkness and the dark hour rounding it. Maybe this one is in regards to maybe forbidden love? Maybe the fact that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter what your preference is, there will always be people out there who don't like your relationship, who think maybe you're not fit to be with this person, you shouldn't be with this person. Maybe it's because of your cultural beliefs, your religious beliefs. I don't know what the point is. But whatever the reason, people don't like you two together. And the poem says, well, who cares what they say? Who cares what they think? We enjoy our company together, and shouldn't that be what matters? You know, who cares? Because at the end, we're together, we're isolated. It's just us. And no matter what may happen, no matter what fire happens or how many days pass, it will be us. And when everyone is gone and the darkness takes us, it will be us. Just us. So who cares what the world says about our love when, in the end, it's what makes us happy? That's what I took away from the poem. I could be dead wrong. I could be absolutely dead wrong. But it's just my idea. It's just my idea. Okay. What is next on this little list of ours? Alright, let's see. This one is called Serenade by Dejana Barnes. Or is it Juna Barnes? I don't know. But anyway. 3 paces down the shore, low sounds the lute. The better that my longing you may know. I'm not asking you to come, but can't you go? 3 words, I love you, and the whole is said. The greatness of it throbs from sun to sun. I'm not asking you to walk, but can't you run? 3 paces in the moonlight's glow I stand, and here within the twilight beats my heart. I'm not asking you to finish, but to start, maybe that one is, maybe someone is unsure of their love. Maybe someone is unsure that they do like someone. And someone is trying to tell them, like, you should probably try and follow your feelings if you have feelings for me at all. What does it say? Your heart throbs in the sun. I'm not asking you to walk, but can you run? Can you commit to a relationship with me? Can you feel what I'm feeling? I think that's what that poem is trying to say. At least I think it is. Either way, I don't think you should force anyone to jump into something or someone that they're not comfortable yet doing. Relationships, I personally believe, are a two-way street. If someone isn't ready to jump, you shouldn't tell them to dive, If they want to take it slow, let them take it slow. And if that's not what you want, then I strongly suggest you find someone else. Because everyone moves at their own pace. They move to their own tempo. For me, I don't like to rush. I like to go as slow and at my own pace as possible. So I don't think anyone should be rushed. But yes. Okay. Okie dokie. The next one, is called When You Are Old. And this one is by William Butler Yeats. When you are old and gray and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace and loved your beauty with love false or true. But one man lived the pilgrim soul in you and loved the sorrows of your changing face, and bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur a little sadly how love fled and paced upon the mountains overhead and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. I'm gonna be very honest with you, I don't understand that one. That one is a little too much for me. But, oh, Hoshi, welcome in. How was your Valentine's Day? I hope it was well. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing my best. I'm wearing my Valentine's best for you all. I want to make sure. I looked the part for you. As I take a sip of a light alcoholic beverage. Yeah. But yes, I hope you're well. I hope you're well. We're reading some poetry, if you couldn't tell. And talking about love and what it means to us. And if you have any ideas of what these poems mean, don't feel afraid to type what you think they mean. Got to spend the day with your girlfriend. That's very nice. Oh, and you made her breakfast and went to the studio to paint. Oh, you went all out. Nice. How romantic. How sweet. Looking all dapper. I had to look nice for you. I had to look nice for everyone. I couldn't just be sloppy. I had to give you all the riz you deserve. Valentine's Day only comes once. And even though I'm not the biggest, I don't really care much for Valentine's Day. I still think it's something to at least put you in the mood for. It's a nice day to remember that love isn't just about who you're dating. It's about who you care about. Your family, yourself. Love isn't just about your partner. It's about whoever you decide to put your time in. It's like you're having dinner with Anya. Yes, dinner with Arya. Yes, I'm Arya Stark. I understand. Valentines. Yes, Valentines. That's exactly it. I honestly never heard the word Valentines until I started playing the mobile game, the Pokemon mobile game, Pokemon Masters, and they had this the event Valentines. And I'm like, oh, that's just them censoring Valentine's to make it platonic. But no, actually, it's growing on me. It's very sweet. I like the idea of Valentines. It's very sweet. You're all my Valentines tonight. We're all Valentines. Alright, let's see what this one is. Alright. She Walks in Beauty by George Gordon Byron. Alright, this one is one. Okay, so part 1. I've never had Valentine's, so not. Yeah, Valentine's. I like the idea of it. She walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless claims and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven trees, or softly lightens o'er her face. Oh wait, no, I read this one before. I already read this one. Let's move on. Let's see. This one is called One Love by Kaylee Gilbran. Let's see. Then said Almitra, "Speak to us of love." And he raised his head and looked upon the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with a great voice he said, "When love beckons you, follow him. Through his ways are hard and steep, and when his wings enfold you, yield to him. Though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you, and when he speaks to you, believe in him. Through his voice may shatter your dreams, as the north wind lays waste to the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you." Oh, this is getting interesting. "Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. As he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth." Let's see, clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn he gathers you onto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. Spicy. He sifts you to free you from your husk. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant, and then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if in your heart, in your fear, you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you corner your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor into the seasonless world where you shall laugh, but not all your laughter, and weep, may not all your tears. Love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, and rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love for love. If it finds you worthy, direct your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love, and must needs love have desire, let these be your desires, to melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night. To know the pain of too much tenderness, to be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully, to wake at dawn with a winged heart, and give thanks for another day of loving, to rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy, to return home and eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips. That one was a bit of a long one. I believe this one is talking more on self-love. I believe it's trying to say that you're going to... The pleasures of love are not surface level. It's not about kissing, it's not about, it's not about sex, it's not about, doing that kind of stuff. Love is more than just being with someone. Love is waking up in the morning and being happy that you're awake. Love is walking outside and seeing the beauty of either the nature or the art around you. Love is more than just something you can touch. It's the embodiment of something you can feel. When you wake up and you're happy to be alive, that is love. When you sit down and you reading a good book and you're enjoying the time you have spending it with, whether it be yourself or just the world around you, that is love. Love is more than just the taste of someone else, the feel of someone else, that feeling that you're not alone. Love is inside of you, and it's up to you to feel that love. And I think that's what that poem is trying to represent. It's not about romance. It's about just the joy of being alive, because we're not alive forever. And that's something that no one can take away from us. Life is something that we cannot take away from us. Waking up every morning is a gift, and loving ourselves is the hardest thing. But once we achieve it, we don't need other people to make us feel validated, because we found that love, and that love is in ourselves. That is how I perceive the poem. I don't know how any of you perceive it, but that's how I see it. Yes, yes. Well, let's see. Wonder what... Oh, well. We spoke about self-love, and it seems like now we're going to talk about romantic love. How polar opposite. But we'll see what the story yields. This one is called The Awakening by James Weldon Jameson. Let's see what it awakens inside of us. I dreamed that I was a rose that grew beside a lonely way, close by a path none ever chose, and there I lingered day by day. Beneath the sunshine, the shore I grew and waited there apart, gathering perfume hour by hour and storing it within my heart, yet never knew just why I waited there and grew. I dreamed that you were a bee, and that one day gaily flew along. You came across the hedge to me and sang a soft, love-burdened song. You brushed my petals with a kiss, and I woke to gladness with a start, and yielded up to you in bliss, the treasured fragrance of my heart. And then I knew that I had waited there for you. Oh, that one hit. I really like that one. I think that one relates to a lot of introverts out there. Because a lot of us who are introverted, because of course a lot of us are introverted, it's only natural, but a lot of us think, where's my love of my life? Where are they? I need to be with someone. I'm waiting for you. I've stored all of this love for you. Why aren't you here? I'm alone, I'm this single rose near a road and no one is paying attention to me. A lot of people are like that, It's like where's the love? Where's the person I'm supposed to give all of this love to? I'm dying from holding it in. But it's okay, because it's okay to be by yourself, and it's okay to learn to be by yourself. I've spoken about this before. But learning to love yourself is great, because when that person does come along, you're able to shower them with all of the love you've been storing for them. And everyone is like that, even unless you're, I don't know, Ryan Gosling or some kind of person who's been featured in Sexiest, X alive. You're going to have that feeling of, no one is interested in me, no one wants me, no one likes me, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough, I don't attract anyone. But you'd be surprised how many people are looking at you and are shocked by your beauty. You don't notice it because you see it every day, but to the person who sees you for the first time, they're caught up with your beauty. And not everyone is going to be for you. It's a very realistic mindset, No one is meant for everyone. But when that bee, metaphorically speaking, does finally land on your petals and give you the love that you've been looking for, they will be so humbled and welcomed and love the fact that you have showered them with so much attention. So I strongly believe it is okay to be by yourself. And yes, we all have that feeling that we are the rose, that we are that single rose in in the garden. But it's okay, because when that bee does come along, we'll be ready for them. And maybe that bee will never come along, but that's fine too, because like the last poem talked about, loving yourself is just as important as loving others. Now then. What is here? What is here? What is here? This one is an old one. It's from the 1980s. 1980s? 1819, to 1891. And this one is simply titled Love by James Russell Lowell. True love is but a humble, a low-born thing, and hath its food served up in earthenware. It is a thing to walk with, hand in hand, through the everydayness of this workday world, bearing its tender feet to every roughness, yet letting not one heart beat go astray from beauty's law of plainness and content, a simple fireside thing, whose quiet smile can warm earth's poorest hovel to a home, which when our autumn cometh, as it must, and life in the chill wind shivers bare and leafless, shall still be blessed with the Indian summer youth in bleak November, and with thankful heart simple smile on its ample stores of garnered fruit, as simple of sunshine, as full of sunshine to our aged eyes. And when it nursed the blossoms of our spring, which is true love, which steals into the heart with feet as silent as the light sun some dawn that kisses smooth the rough brows of the dark, and hath its will through blissful gentleness, not like a rocket, which with savage glare whirls suddenly up, then bursts, and leaves the night painfully quibbling on the dazed eyes. A love that gives and takes, that seeketh faults, not the flaw-seeking eyes, like needle points, but loving kindly, ever looking down, with the o-coming faith of meek forgiveness, a love that shall be new and fresh each hour, as it is the golden mystery of sunset, or the sweet coming of the evening star, alike and yet most unlike, every day, and seeming every best and fairest now, a love that doth kneel for what it seeks, but faces truth and beauty as their peers, showing its worthiness of noble thoughts by a clear sense of inward nobleness, a love that in its object findeth not all grace and beauty, and enough to sate its thirst of blessing, but in all of good found there it sees but heaven-granted types of good and beauty in the soul of man, and traces in the simplest heart that beats a family likeness to its chosen one. That claim of it the rights of brotherhood, for love is blind but with the fleshly eye, that so its inner sight may be more clear, and outward shows of beauty only so are needful at the first, as is a hand, to guide and to uphold an infant's steps. Great spirits need them not. Their earnest look pierces the body's mask and thin disguise, and beauty ever is to them revealed. Behind the unshapeliest, meanest lump of clay, with arms outstretched and eager, face ablaze, yearning to be but with understood and loved. Oh, that one was a long one. That one was definitely a long one. But I think that one just is about showing that even the roughest person looks for love. I think. I don't know. I believe it near the beginning, it focused more on beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. You know, even if you're not the prettiest person by social media standards or just by conventional means, it's your personality and it's how you perceive yourself and others that make you attractive. And I think it delved more into that by saying that no matter how bitter you are, no matter how nasty you are, everyone wants to be loved. It's a base human emotion. Even the most deranged person out there, there's a part of them that wants comfort. You know? I don't fully agree that the nastiest people on the world should get love. I don't believe in that at all. But I do agree that yes, a lot of us have that base desire to be loved. You know, there's a song. It's from a video game. Yes, I know I'm a weeb. Yeah. You know this by now. But there's a song in Persona 5, and it's simply called Freedom and Security. And it's a spoiler, so I'm not going to tell you where you hear it. But it pretty much symbolizes what people want in life. And in the simplest way, yes, we want freedom and security. We want to know that we will be taken care of. We want to know that someone will love us, that we'll never have to worry about what tomorrow brings. And also the security that our lives are not in jeopardy, but in good standing with each other. That we will always be taken care of, that we will always be safe. And it's something that we've been given as a child. From the moment we're born into this world, we're given freedom and security. And that's something that we forget, but it's ingrained in us. As children, we're given unconventional love, and we never have to worry about anything. Anything we want is given to us. And that freedom and security lasts well into our adult years. We want to be loved. We want to be doted on. We want to never have to fear about when our next meal or paycheck is coming from. It's that freedom and security. And it seems like that's what that poem, in my opinion, is trying to represent. It's trying to represent that even the most nastiest person to their core wants freedom and security. And in this case, that freedom and security is love. This is the ramblings of just of a VTuber. So it's some ramblings. But yes. Moving on to the next poem. What do we have here? Oh, well, this one seems nice. This one seems very nice. It is called The White Rose by John Boyle O'Reilly. And it reads, "The red rose whispers of passion, and the white rose breathes of love. Oh, the red rose is a falcon, and the white rose is a dove. And I send you a cream white rosebud with a flush on its petal tips, for the love that is purest and sweetest has a kiss of desire on the lips." That one was very short. I think it just shows that if you really love someone, that love will always be pure. And yeah, there will always be desire in that kiss, but it's that spark of, it's the fire that people always say that they have. It's that spark of passion. The passion of love. If you really love someone, that passion never dies. Every time you kiss them, you feel that passion rise. That's how I see it anyway. Anyway, let us keep looking for some love poems to read. What do we have? What do we have? The definition of love. We've been talking a lot about love. Let's see how this poem reads. The definition of love by Andrew Marvell. My love is of a birth as rare as 'tis for objects strange and high. It was begotten by despair upon impossibility, magnanimous despair alone could show me so divine a thing, where feeble hope could ne'er have flown, but vainly flapped its tinsel wing. And yet I quickly might arrive where my extended soul is fixed, but fate does iron wedge drive, and always crowds itself betwixt. For fate with jealous eye does see two perfect loves, nor lets them close. Their union would her ruin be, and her tyrannic power dispose, and thus her decrease of steel us as the distant poles have placed. Though love's whole world on us doth wheel, not by themselves to be embraced, unless the giddy heaven fall, and earth some new convolution tear, and us to join, the world should all be cramped into a plain sphere. As lines, so love's oblique may well themselves in every angle greet, but ours so truly parallel through infinite can never meet. Therefore the love which is doth bind, but fate so enviously debris the bars, is the conjunction of the mind and the opposition of the stars. Was a little hard to read that one because the wording is so odd. I feel like this poem comes from an old tongue. Though I guess it shows that love endures, love has no meaning, unless the heavens shake and everything we know has changed, love will always have the same meaning. It is pure, it is unyielding, and it holds no animosity. Love is pure. Love is plain. Love is what you feel. At least how I see it. Once again, I have said that many times before. Yeah, I've never had, I've never been in love. I've been in infatuation. And I did say before, do not put people on a pedestal. Because when I was younger, I did. When I was a wee laddie. Don't know why I said that, sorry. But when I was young, I would very much put people on pedestals. And it hurt. Because a lot of people back in the day, they kind of pretended to have feelings for me as a joke. Because back in the day, kids are very cruel. Kids are very, very cruel. And that was an unfortunate reality I had to learn as I got older. That if you cannot mistake infatuation for love, because love should be returned to you. It should never be one-sided. You should never feel like you're putting more effort into it. And once you feel like you are putting more effort into it, you need to stop yourself. And a lot of us don't. Because a lot of us think, if I keep trying, if I try harder, this person will love me. If I act a certain way, if I like a certain thing, if I do a certain thing, this person will love me. And that's not true. That's not the case. No one, you can't force someone to love you. And if you do, it's not genuine. Do you love that person because you love them, or because you felt sorry for them and you stayed with them and now you're complacent with them? That's what you need to ask yourself. Am I with this person out of love or out of desperation? There were many a times I would go head over heels for someone who simply looked at me and showed a similar interest. And that was bad. That was wrong, because you never know. You never know what that person's intentions are. And a lot of the times they were very cruel intentions. But as I got older, I stopped really caring about all that stuff. I don't care about relationships or anything like that. I am very content with being by myself. I'm very content with the love I feel from those around me. I don't dive into relationships or anything like that. I just don't see it as important. There have been many times where people have tried to be in relationships with me and I just wasn't interested. Not because I don't like relationships, but because I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it personally is something I care for, at least not at this moment in time. And I think for anyone out there who thinks that, I need to be with someone, I need to fall in love, I need to, we all have that life plan, right? I'm going to meet someone when I'm, 16. I'm going to find the love of my life at 16. I'm going to get married at 20. I'm going to have a kid at 23. And that thing. I said this when I started the stream. That's not going to happen. And if it does happen, you're a very rare case. I'm not saying it can't happen, but don't put your stake on it. Because you're going to have a lot of experiences, and those experiences are going to change you. You're going to learn, because when you're young, your mind is still developing it's still processing what love is. And love is complicated. It depends on the person. And I strongly think that you should learn to love yourself before you dive into someone else. That is just me. That is just me. Everyone is different. If you're in a relationship, I hope you're happy. And if you're not in a relationship, I hope you're happy. And I hope you learn to be happy if you're not. Because we all gotta learn to love ourselves. Self-love is important. Yes, self-love is important. Taking a drink. Anyway. Well. Okay. This one is called The Look by Sarah Tessdale. Stefan kissed me in the spring, Robin in the fall. But Colin only looked at me and never kissed me at all. Stefan's kiss was lost in jest, Robin's lost in play, but the kiss in Colin's eyes haunts me night and day. I wonder what that means. Does it mean that Stefan represents maybe like a playful romance, no commitment, no strings attached, that kind of thing? Is Stefan a friend with benefits? What about Robin? Is Robin's kiss more in line with friends with benefits? It's caught up in pleasure. But Colin's kiss was different. Colin's kiss haunts her to this very day. Maybe Colin was true love, and Colin only kissed her once. And that was what kept her awake at night. That Colin's kiss was different from all the others because Colin's kiss was real. Colin's kiss only mattered because Colin loved her for who she was. Not for the fleeting moment, not because it was a cheap thrill, but because he genuinely loved her. And that's something she couldn't wrap her head around. Maybe it's true love. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's an idea. All right. What is next on this list of ours? This one is by E and E Cummings again, and it is, I carry your heart with me. I carry it in. Okay, let's start. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear, and whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are, my world, my true, and it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you, Here in the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky, of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. Ah, that one's nice. That one is very nice. No matter where you are, I will always have you in my heart. That's true love right there. That's what I want. That's a good love right there. You know? That no matter where you are in the world, all you need to do is think of them and you're happy. That's a good love in my book. That's a very good love. That's a sweet one. Let's see. What is next? What is next on this list? Aww. Oh. Okay, I thought the music had ended. Okay. But this one is To My Valentine by Ogden Nash. And it reads, more than a catbird hates a cat, or a criminal hates a clue, or the Axis hates the United States. Interesting, interesting. That's how much I love you. I love you more than a duck can swim, and more than a grapefruit squirts. I love you more than a gin runny is a bore, and more than a toothache hurts. As a shipwrecked sailor hates the sea, or a jugular hates a shun. As a hostess detests unexpected guests. That's how much I love you. I love you more than a wasp can sting, and more than the subway jerks. I love you as much as a beggar needs a crutch, and more than a hangnail irks. I swear to you by the stars above and below, if such there be, as a high court loathes prejudice oaths. That's how you're loved by me. Now this is an interesting one, and I really like this one, because as you can tell how he was describing his love, it related to hate, and I believe that wholeheartedly. When I listened to someone talking about love, it wasn't this Valentine's Day, it was last Valentine. Was it last Valentine's Day? I think it may have been last Valentine's Day. I had spoken to a girl, and she had said, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Because to hate someone is the same as to love someone. It's to have someone constantly on your mind, to constantly be thinking about someone. Whether or not it is in good intention or wrong intention does not matter. It's the fact that you have them constantly in your thoughts. How is that different from love? It's not. Because if you're waking up every morning, if their very presence annoys you, if just thinking about them constantly, unprovoked, is in your mind, how is that different from love? Granted, yes, you don't like that person. I understand that completely. I'm not saying that if you hate someone, you love them. No. But I'm saying is that love and hate are quite literally two sides of the same coin. To loathe someone's existence is the same as to love someone's existence. So to say, I hate you as much as I hate subway traffic, as much as I hate a beggar trying to rob me on the street. It's the same way I love you. I love you as much as those things too. The same way I love you as much as I love traffic. I may not love it, but it's in my thoughts. You're in my thoughts. And I think if you truly dislike someone, the best way to really know if you dislike them is to not care about them. If you're not thinking about them every waking moment, if their existence doesn't even faze you, then you know you truly do not hate someone, but you are indifferent to them. There are situations like that. I'm pretty sure we've all had that situation before, where whether it be an ex, a partner, a friend, an ex-friend, you see them and they try to talk to you, and you'll talk to them, but you don't care about them. And a lot of people think that that's like, oh, like that person's talking to me now. That means they like me, right? That means they're cool with me. No. No. It just means that I don't care about your existence anymore. And I think that's the hardest blow you can ever give to someone. To have the guts, to have the mindset of, I will talk to you, but I have no feelings for you. My love for you is dry and I am empty. Your existence means nothing to me. That is truly a wound, not only to the heart, but to the soul. That is what I personally believe. If you truly hate someone, you'll feel nothing for them. You don't even think about them. Moving on. This poem is called All Love Letters Are by Fernando Pessoa, or Peso. I don't know how to pronounce this name, but it is okay. All love letters are ridiculous. They wouldn't be love letters if they weren't ridiculous. In my time, I also wrote love letters, equally, inevitably ridiculous. All love letters, if there's love, must be ridiculous. But in fact, only those who've never written love letters are ridiculous. If only I could go back to when I wrote love letters without thinking how ridiculous. The truth is that today, my memories of those love letters are what is ridiculous. All more than 3-syllable words, along with unaccountable feelings, are naturally ridiculous. Very cynical, Fernando. Very cynical. I'm trying to find the meaning behind that one. All love letters are ridiculous. I can't even say it's unrequited love, because I write love letters to those closest to me, my family, and I don't think those are ridiculous. Are they saying that writing a love letter is ridiculous because it is fleeting? Those feelings don't last? But even if they don't last, what about the memory they serve? Even if it isn't a good memory, it's a memory nonetheless. It's a memory that talks about how you felt in that moment, your mindset in that age, how you felt. And yes, trust me, if you've written love letters to a significant other and you ended up being burned in that relationship, of course you don't want to go back there, but it's a learning experience. When I talk to someone about fear and, not wanting to go back to a hostile environment and things like that, not like hostile, like I'm going back towards someone who hurt me. No. I mean like to do something that has risk and not doing it because you're afraid. They said, how are you going to learn unless you explore? You cannot hold yourself back by not doing anything. And the same goes for love letters. The same goes for experiences like this. Will you burn every love letter you've ever written? You can, but that robs you of the experience. That robs you of the love. That robs you of time, the memory of your youth. As I've said many a times during this stream, and I've said many times out of the stream, life is short. So, what is wrong with reminding yourself that you lived? That you had a crush on that girl who walked down the street and it didn't end well? That you liked that person who smiled at you and it ended up being a romantic relationship that lasted years? Who knows? It's not ridiculous to feel, and it's not ridiculous to write how you feel. So, that's how I see it. Yeah. I hope you're all enjoying this stream so far. I hope you're all enjoying this little Valentines Zatsudan. I believe that's what they're called. I don't keep up to date with all the VTuber slang, but I hope you're enjoying the little Valentine's stream that we're having tonight. We are almost 2 hours into the stream, so I hope you're enjoying it. I will most likely be going for another 30 minutes, and then we'll probably end it. But I just want to make sure everyone's having an okay time. Again, I apologize for starting so late. It was not my intention whatsoever. Unfortunately, OBS was kind of being a pain. OBS was annoying in terms of resetting all of my settings, and I can't stream when everything is being less than satisfactory. I need to make sure that everything is quality for my viewers, for you. But yes, please tell me if you enjoy these kinds of streams. I might do them more into the future. But if not, then we'll simply have more of what we're used to. I just wanted to try something different. But I've rambled. Let's get back to love. Let's get back to romance. I know Valentine's Day is over where I live, but for some people it's still Valentine's Day, so let's keep it going. Let's keep this date going, shall we? Wink. Wink. Okay. Moving on. This one should bear better results, I should hope. It seems kind of funny when I'm reading it. It's called I Wanna Be Yours by John Cooper Clarke. Oh, I almost spilled my drink. Ooh. Don't want to do that. Oh boy. Now, where was I? I want to be your vacuum cleaner. Great start, by the way. I want to be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I want to be your Ford Cortina. I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, let me be your coffee pot. You call the shots. I want to be yours. I want to be your raincoat for those frequent rainy days. I want to be your dreamboat when you want to sail away. I want to be your teddy bear. Take me with you anywhere. I don't care. I want to be yours. I want to be your electric meter. I will not run out. I want to be the electric heater. You'll be cold. You'll get cold without. I want to be your setting lotion. Hold your hair in deep devotion. Deep as the deep Atlantic Ocean. That's how deep is my devotion. Ooh, romantic, romantic, romantic. I want to be everything you need. Like I said, don't put people on pedestals. We've talked about this before. But that's a nice one. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Who wrote that again? I need to know who wrote that again. John Cooper Clarke. John Cooper Clarke, you got that riz. You got the riz. No cap, you got that riz. Good on you, my friend. Good on you. That's a good one. Okay. What is next? What is next? What is next? This one is called... hold on a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway. This one is called When We Are Old and These Rejoicing Veins by Edna St. Vincent Millay. When we are old and these rejoicing veins are frosty channels to a muted stream, and out of all our burning there remains no feeblest spark to fire us, even in dream. This be our solace, that it was not said, when we are young and warm and in our prime. Upon our couch we lay as lie the dead, sleeping away the unreturning time. O sweet, O heavy-lidded, O my love, when morning strikes her spear upon the land, and we must rise and arm us and reprove the insolent daylight with a steady hand. Be not discontenced if the knowing know we rose from rapture but an hour ago. That one seems to represent death. That when we die, and when our veins have been drained, and when our bodies are aflame, until the rapture, we will always be together. Life is not guaranteed. We do not know what comes after death, but we will always be together in death. Very morbid, I will say that. I'm not really a fan of the morbidness, but it is a reality. It is a very, very real reality. We do not know. We do not know what will happen. But when we're old, hopefully our time apart is not too long. That's the sad thing about living and finding true love, I'd say. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I got this one piece of advice. It wasn't advice, but it's realism. And it came from a PokeTuber of all people. Yes, a Pokemon YouTuber. And it was on his second channel, his more like personal channel. So he wasn't talking about existentialism and romance and Pokemon, it was nothing like that, no. But he basically said, and it was true, that when we find the person we love and we're with them, we don't die together. You know, it's not one of those things where we become one person and we leave this earth together. There will be a time where one person passes before the other, and we will be alone. But we'll have to keep that person in our hearts, knowing that one day we will be together again. Because everyone has that saying, I don't want to die alone. I don't want to be by myself when I go into the next world. But in the truth, don't we all die alone? None of us leave this world in a group, unless you do unsavory things, like things that are illegal, like cult things, like don't do that. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, please. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. But we don't leave this earth together. I mean, not my grandmother, but my aunt's, my grand aunt, I guess you could call her. She's my grand aunt, yes. Her husband died, unfortunately, maybe 10 years ago. And he was an old man. He was very old. And she's old too. But she outlived him, and she's still kicking to this day. I think she's in her 80s or 70s or something like that. She's definitely in her golden years. And she never stops saying, I miss him every day. And that's one of those things where we don't leave this earth with the person we fall in love with. It's very much a waiting game. And you can find someone to fill that void, but in the end, that person will... There's no guarantee that you'll leave the world with that person either. So, I don't know. I think that it's poetic in the sense that when we're old and our partner passes before us, it's now a solace of waiting for when it's our turn to be with them again. I'm firmly under the belief of, if I waited years to find you, when all is said and done, if you should ever pass before me, I'm fine waiting years to see you again. I spent years of my life looking for the love of my life. I could spend years of my life waiting to join them. You know? I know it's a little bit morbid, but it's kind of that mindset of, I've waited years to be with you. I could wait a couple more to be with you again. I can wait. But don't think that we have to die immediately once our partner is passed. No, no, no. Live. Please live. Live for your partner, because they would want you to live. They would want you to explore the remainder of life for them. Again, that's what I think. How are we all doing tonight? Are we all having a good time? I hope so. I have no idea how many people are still here, but I hope you're all having a good stream. I hope you're all enjoying the ramblings of a VTuber talking about love late into the night. But yes, moving on. The next poem. Okay. I don't know how this one is going to go, but it is called Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? This one sounds familiar. It is also by William Shakespeare, a classic. Let's begin. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot in the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou housed, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest, so grow as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. This is so unsay so and not. I see. It's quite an unsay so stream. Well, it is a Valentine's stream, so it's okay for a little unsay so. It's a little fine. Let's say. That one was okay. I find the older poems to be a little bit more cryptic in how they're perceived. I could imagine how poetry back in the day was more rare because love was far differently perceived back in the day. Nowadays, it's very much explored to show unconditional love, especially if you are a man, especially if men. I can only speak from a man's perspective, but I know that nowadays it is more acceptable to love and to show love, whereas back in the day, 20 years ago plus, it was seen as weakness to show love. I can imagine how it was like in the 1800s, where what was expected of men was simply to just provide. Men were meant to do a job and be happy that they have a roof over their heads. I can imagine how rare it was to express love. Not to say love didn't exist, but it was seen as weakness back in the day, in that time period. So maybe that's why these older poems are so cryptic. It's because they're trying to express love, but in the most vague way possible, as to not make themselves seem weak. I don't know. I don't know. But it's an idea. It's a simple idea. Anyway. This one is called Her Lips Are Copper Wine. Oh, well, thank you, Henry. I'm glad that you're enjoying this. I'm glad that you like this. You know, maybe I'll do some of this stuff for YouTube. Maybe. It's an idea. I'm open to try new things creatively. But I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Now, Her Lips Are Copper Wire by Jean Toomer. Whisper of yellow globes gleaming on lampposts that sway, like bootleg liquor drinkers in the fog, and let your breath be moist against me, like bright beads on yellow globes. Telephone the powerhouse, that the main wires are inslit. Her words play softly up and down doorway corridors of billboards. Then with your tongue remove the tape and press your lips to mine. till they are incandescent. I wonder if Gene Toomer works in wiring or as an electrician, because that's a lot of wire analogies. Very interesting. This one seems nice. It's quite long. Ooh, quite lengthy. But we'll see how it goes. This one is called Resignation by Nikki Giovanni. It was made in 1943. I love you because the earth turns around the sun, because the north winds blow north sometimes, because the Pope is Catholic and most rabbis Jewish, because the winters flow into springs and the air clears after a storm, because only my love for you, despite the charms of gravity, keeps me from falling off this earth into another dimension. I love you because it is the natural order of things. I love you like the habit I picked up in college of sleeping through lectures or saying I'm sorry when I get stopped for speeding because I drink a glass of water in the morning and chain smoke cigarettes all through the day, because I take my coffee black and my milk with chocolate, because you keep my feet warm through my life, though my life a mess. I love you because I don't want it any other way. I am helpless in my love for you. It makes me so happy to hear you call my name. I am amazed you can resist, locking me into an echo chamber where your voice reverberates through the four walls, sending me into spasmodic ecstasy. I love you because it's been so good for so long that if I didn't love you, I'd have to be born again. And that is not a theological statement. I am pitiful in my love for you. The dells tell me love is so simple. The thought, though, of you sends indescribably delicious, multitudinous thrills throughout and through in my body. I love you because no two snowflakes are alike, and it is possible, if you stand tippy-toe, to walk between the raindrops. I love you because I am afraid of the dark and I can't sleep in the light, because I rub my eyes when I wake up in the morning and find you there, because you, with all your magic powers, were determined that I should love you, because there was nothing for you but that I would love you. I love you because you made me want to love you more than I love my privacy, my freedom, my commitments, and responsibilities. I love you because I changed my life to love you, because you saw me one Friday afternoon and decided that I would love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. That one is very beautiful. Nikki Giovanni. Very beautiful. Oh. That is so sweet. Wow. That one makes you feel something. Let's see. What else can we do? This one is called Sonnet 145. And it reads, "Those lips that love's own hand did make breathed forth the sound that said I hate. To me that languished for her sake, but when she saw my woeful state, straight in her heart did mercy come, chiding that tongue that ever sweet was used in giving gentle dome, and taught it thus anew to greet. I hate, she altered, with an end that followed it as gentle day doth follow night, who like a fiend from heaven to hell is flown away. I hate, from hate away she threw, and she'd my love, saying not you." William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. Very sweet. Very sweet. I would very much like to do more storytelling stuff like this. Maybe I would voice them and just condense them down to YouTube. Maybe audio plays, maybe. It's an idea. It's something I wouldn't mind trying out, just to voice over audio plays and just try and make them on YouTube. It's always an idea. All right, this one is You Only Exist, and it was written by Rainer Maria Rilke. Alrighty. And it reads, You only exist. We pass away till at last our passing is so immense that you arise, beautiful moment, in all your suddenness, arising in love, or enchanted in the contraction of work. To you I belong, however time may wear me away. From you to you I go commanded, in between the garland is hanging in chance. But if you take it up and look it up, look, all becomes festival. I guess the person is just saying that only you exist in my eyes. As long as I see you, every day is a festival. Life has meaning when I look in your eyes, because you fill me with never-ending bliss. Maybe that's what it means. That's nice though. The next one we have here is called I Shall Forget You Presently, My Dear, which is by Edna St. Vincent Millay. We've heard that name before. Millay. So many Malays. But let us see what we have. And the poem reads... Where's the poem? Where is the poem? Here's the poem, yes. I shall forget you presently, my dear. So make the most of this, your little day, your little month, your little half a year, ere I forget, or die, or move away. And we are done forever. By and by, I shall forget you. And I said, but now, if you entreat me with your loveliest lie, I will protest you with my favorite vow. I would indeed that love were longer lived, and oaths were not so brittle as they are. But so it is, and nature has contrived to struggle on without a break thus far. Whether or not we find what we are seeking is idle, biologically speaking. Now I think that one maybe is a lost love. Maybe the person who Edna is talking about, maybe they have passed away. Or maybe they have stopped communicating. And even though they are no longer together, there are still lingering feelings. That could very well be the case. That could very well be what is being presented here. It's a possibility. It is a possibility. But, moving on. The next poem we have is Air and Angels. And this one is by John Donne. Twice or thrice had I loved thee, before I knew thy face or name. So in a voice, so in a shapeless flame, angels affect us oft, and worshipped be. Still, to where thou wert I came, some lovingly glorious nothing I did see. But since my soul, whose child love is, take limbs of flesh, and else could nothing do, more subtle than the parent is love must not be. But take a body too, and therefore what thou wert and who, I bid love ask, and now that it assume thy body, I allow, and fix itself in thy lip, eye, and brow. Whilst thus to ballast love I thought, and so more steadily to have gone, with wares which would sink admiration, I saw I had love's pinnacle overfraught. Ev'ry thy hair for love to work upon is much, too much, some fitter must be sought. For nor in nothing nor in things, extreme and scattering bright, can love inhere, then as an angel face and wings, of air not pure as it, yet pure doth wear. So thy love may be my love's sphere, just such depravity as it twixt air and angel's purity, twixt woman's love and men's will ever be. I see this one as maybe this person saw an idea of their future spouse. Maybe they saw an idea of what their soulmate looked like in a dream, and the beauty was so immense and so intense that they had to write it down. Their words turned to poetry when they thought of the dream they had of this vision of love. Which is how I interpret it. It's an angel in thin air. An angel that comes to us in a dream. I don't know if anyone here has had a dream of maybe a significant other or something like that. I don't know if I've ever had anything like that. I'm very quick to forgetting my dreams immediately when I wake up. I've started writing dream journals just to try and remember them, and I've gotten better at actually remembering them thanks to that. But I've never dreamed of a soulmate in my eyes, in my opinion. I don't think I've done that. But to those who do, I wonder if they actually do meet their soulmates, and I wonder if they can remember that dream. Is it their soulmate? Dreams are a very weird and fickle thing, aren't they not? Yes, 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 yes. However, speaking of dreams, the next poem is called A Dream. And this one is by a famous playwright, a famous poet, Edgar Allan Poe. And it reads, In visions of the dark night, I have dreamed of joy departed, but a waking dream of life and light hath left me broken hearted. Ah, what is not a dream by day? To him those eyes are cast on things around him with a ray turned back upon the past. That holy dream, while all the world were chiding, hath cheered me as a lovely beam, a lonely spirit guiding. What through that light, though storm and night, so trembled from afar? What could there be more purely bright in truth's day star? Yeah, that one's a good one. Like we said, we talked about dreams and our soulmates that could come to us in a dream. Yes. But the next one we have here is called Love in the Guise of Friendship. I'm platonic love. Hey, 'tis the season to love yourself and your friends. We love the homies here. We support and love our homies. But Love in the Guise of Friendship by Robert Burns. Talk not of love, it gives me pain, for love has been my foe. He bound me in an iron chain and plunged me deep in woe. But friendship's pure and lasting joys my heart was formed to prove. There welcome win and wear the prize, but never talk of love. Your friendship much can make me blessed. Oh, why that blessed destroy? Why urge the only one request, the only one you know I will deny? Your thought, if love must harbor there, conceal it in that thought, nor cause me from my bosom tear the very friend I sought. Now remember, everyone who is in a relationship and not, friendships are another type of relationship. And I strongly think that no matter your orientation, no matter your preference, you can be friends with anyone. Whether you're two girls, whether you're two guys, whether you're a guy and a girl, you can always be friends. There never has to be an underlying romance. There never has to be feelings. As long as you both respect each other and love each other as friends, that's its own relationship. And you never have to go beyond a friendship. You know? There's nothing wrong with being friend-zoned, because friendships is just another kind of love. I have a lot of friends who are girls, and I'm very proud to say that they are just my friend. And I'm very proud to have them as my friend. But yes, every friendship has its own merit, and they should be respected as such. The next poem we have here is called Love's Growth by John Donne. And it reads, I scarce believe my love to be so pure as I had thought it was, because it doth endure vicissitude and season as the grass. Methinks I lied all winter when I swore my love was infinite. if spring make it more, but if this medicine, love, which cures all sorrow, with more, not only be no quintessence, I should say, but mixed of all stuffs, vexing soul or sense, and of the sun his active vigor borrow. Love's not so pure and abstract as they used to say, which have no mistress but their muse, but as all else being elemented to, love sometimes would contemplate, sometimes do, and yet no greater, but more eminent, love by the spring is grown, as in the firmament stars by the sun are not enlarged but shown, gentle love deeds as blossoms on a bow, from love's awakened root do bud out now. If, as in water stirred, more circles be produced by one, love such additions take. Those like so many spheres, but one heaven make. For they are all concentrate upon thee. And though each spring do add to love new heat, as princes do in times of action get, new taxes and remnant them in peace, no winter shall abate this spring's increase. Kind of fumbled that one a little, but so said, it's fine. I think we have enough for maybe 2 more, and then we'll end the stream. This one is called Yet Love, Mere Love, and this one is again by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Please, sir, more. Okay. Well, I'll keep going. I'll be sure to keep going. Yet love, mere love. Yet love, mere love is beautiful indeed, and worthy of exception. Fire is bright, let temple burn, or flax on equal light, leaps in the flame from cinder plank or weed, and love is fire, and when I say at need, the love thee mark, I love thee in thy sight. I stand transfigured, glorified, alright, with conscience of the new rays that proceed out of my face toward thine. There's nothing low in love, and when love the lowest, meanest creatures, who love God, God accepts while loving so, and what I feel across the inferior features of what I am, doth flash itself and show how that great work of love enhances natures. It shows that you are beautiful. I think that one says that you're beautiful no matter what the world may say. Everyone is beautiful in their own right. All right, now this one, another Edgar Allan Poe, To One in Paradise by Edgar Allan Poe. Thou wast all that to me love, for which my soul did pine, a green isle in the sea, love, a fountain and shrine, all wreathed and fairy fruits and flowers, and all the flowers were mine, Ah, dream too bright to last. Ah, starry hope, that didst arise, but to be overcast. A voice from the future cries, on, but o'er the past. Dim gulf, my spirit hovering lies, mute, motionless, aghast. For alas, alas, me, the light of life o'er. No more, no more, no more. Such language holds the soulman's sea to the sands upon the shore. Shall bloom the thunder-blasted tree, or the stricken eagle soar. And all my days are trances, and all my nightly dreams are where thy grey eye glances, and where thy footstep gleams, in what weather dances, by what eternal streams. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Now I do have a question for the chat. We are at the 2 hour and 40 minute mark. I could end the stream now, or I could go for another 30 minutes until we reach the 3 hour mark. And I'm going to leave that up to the chat. It's completely up to you. I'm fine reading a little bit more, but if you want to call it a stream, we can do that. I'd very much like to know what you think, because I believe I still have some more we can read. But we will see. I'll read one more poem until I hear anything. And if I don't hear anything by the time I'm done, I might just end the stream. But let's read this. First time he kissed me, but only kissed. By Elizabeth Barrett Browning once again. First time he kissed me, but only kissed the fingers of his hand, wherewith I write, and ever since it grew more clean and white, slow to world greetings, quick with its list. When the angels speak a ring of amethyst, I could not wear here, plainer to my sight than that first kiss. The second passed in height, the first and sought the forehead, and half missed, half falling on the hair, beyond need. That was the truism of love, which love's own crown, with satisfying sweetness, did proceed. The third upon my lips was folded down, in perfect purple state. Since then, indeed, I have been proud, and said, my love, my own. All right. I know I said that was going to be the last one, but you know what? I'll read two more. Two more, and then we end the stream. That sounds about right. Just two more. Yes, just two more poems. This one is called Hither, Hither, Love, and it is by John Keats. reads, Hither, hither, love, 'tis a shady mead. Hither, hither, love, let us feed and feed. Hither, hither, sweet, 'tis a cow's lip bed. Hither, hither, sweet, 'tis with dew bedspread. Hither, hither, dear, by the breath of life. Hither, hither, dear, be the summer's wife. Though one moment's pleasure in one moment flies, through the passion's treasure in one moment dies. Yet it has not passed, think how near, how near. And while it doth last, think how dear, how dear. Hither, hither, love its boon has sent. If I die and wither, I shall die content. For this person, I believe it was the journey of love. This person just loved the idea of being around someone. They were truly in love. And speaking of love, Love Dislikes Nothing by Robert Herrick. Whatsoever thing I see, rich or poor, although it be, 'tis a mistress unto me. Be my girl or fair or brown, does she smile or does she frown? Still I write a sweetheart down. Be she rough or smooth of skin, when I touch I then begin, for to let affection in. She be bald or does she wear locks, incurled of other hair, I shall find enchantment there. She be whole or she be rent, so my fancy be content. She's to me most excellent. Be she fat or be she be she lean, be she sluttish or be she clean, I'm a man of every scene. Oh, that's some unconditional love right there. I'll love you for who you are and what have you. You know what? I'm gonna keep going until 3. I'm in a good mood when it comes to this. We have a good flow going, and I enjoy reading these. So we're gonna go until 3 o'clock. Until the 3-hour mark, I should say. My mistake. Until the 3-hour mark. Yes. So we got another maybe 14 minutes or so. We'll see. All right, this one, let's see. Incidentally, it's 3 in the afternoon here. Oh, well, that's perfectly timed, I guess. Okay, okie dokie. This one is called To a Lady Seen for a Few Moments at Vauxhall by John Keats. Time's sea hath been 5 years at its slow ebb. Long hours have to and fro let creep the sand, since I was tangled in thy beauty's web, and smeared by the ungloving of thine hand. And yet I never look on midnight sky, but I behold thine eyes' well memoried light. I cannot look upon the rose's dye, but to thy cheek my soul doth take its flight. I cannot look on my budding flower, but my fond ear in fancy at thy lips, and hearkening for a love sound doth devour. its sweets in the wrong sense. Thou dost eclipse every delight with sweet remembering, and grief onto my darling joys dost bring. Standard love affair, I see. Okay, this one, I like the title of this one. This one's got a spicy title. It's called A Man's Requirements. Let's see what the requirements are. Let me see. A man's requirements, huh? Anyway. Let's see what it says. A Man's Requirements by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. It reads, Love me, sweet, with all thou art, feeling, thinking, seeing. Love me in the lightest part. Love me in full being. Love me with thine open youth, in its frank surrender, with the vowing of thy mouth, with its silence tender. Love me with thine azure eyes, made for earnest grantings, taking color from the skies. Can heaven's truth be wanting? Love me with their lids that fall snow-like at first meeting. Love me with thine heart that all neighbors then see beating. Love me with thine hand stretched out freely, open-minded. Love me with thy loitering foot, hearing one behind it. Love me with thy voice that turns sudden faint above me. Love me with thy blush that burns when I murmur, love me. Love me with thy thinking soul, break it to love signing. Love me with thy thoughts that roll on through living, dying. Love me in thy gorgeous airs, when the world has crowned thee. Love me kneeling at thy prayers, with the angels around thee. Love me pure, as muses do, upon the woodlands shady. Love me gaily, fast and true, as a winsome lady. Through all hopes that keep us brave, farther off or nigher, love me for the house and grave, and for something higher. Thus, if thou wilt prove me, dear, woman's love no fable, I will love thee half a year, as a man is able. That one was beautiful. I think the music was perfect for that one. I believe you are right. That one was very sweet. Like we've said before, like we all just want to be loved. We all want to be doted upon and just treated like we are someone's one and only. And I definitely feel like that poem really embodies that. A man's requirements are no different from a woman's requirements. We all just want to be loved without hesitation. Let us see. The next one is Time Does Not Bring Relief by Edna St. Vincent Millay again. Time does not bring relief. You all have lied. Who told me time would ease me of my pain? I miss him in the weeping of the rain. I want him at the shrinking of the tide. The old snows melt from every mountainside. and last year's leaves are smoke in every lane. At least years bitter loving must remain, heaped on my heart, and my old thoughts abide. There are 100 places where I fear to go, so with his memory they brim. And entering with relief some quiet place, where never fell his foot or shone his face, I say, there is no memory of him here, and so stand stricken, so remembering him. This one bears the pain of losing someone, and how you will never really escape that memory. No matter how many times you try to move on, no matter how you try to move to a different area, location, what have you, even when you don't share a memory with the person you lost, that memory is still there. They still exist in your heart of heart. They still exist. So it's one of those things where even though the memory is no longer there, the heart longs for what is not present. Sweetness, sweetness, sweetness. This one is called Poem for My Love. And this one is by June Jordan. This one's fairly short. And it reads, How do we come to be here next to each other in the night? Where are the stars that show us to our love inevitable? Outside the leaves aflame, unusual in darkness and the rain, falls cool and blessed on the holy flesh, the black men waiting on the corner for a womanly mirage. I am amazed by peace. It is this possibility of you asleep and breathing in the quiet air. Maybe this one is longing. Maybe this one is longing for someone, longing for love. Maybe. What else do we have here that we can read? This one is called I Think I Should Have Loved You Presently by Edna St. Vincent Millay. And it reads, I think I should have loved you presently, and given in earnest words I flung in jest, and I lifted honest eyes for you to see, and caught your hand against my cheek and breast, and all my pretty follies flung aside, that won you to me, and beneath your gaze, naked of reticence and shorn of pride, spread like a chart my little wicked ways, I that had been to you had you remained. But one more waking from a recurrent dream, cherish no less the current stakes I gained, and walk your memory's halls, Ostershire supreme, a ghost in marble of a girl you knew, who would have loved you in a day or two. It's an interesting one. This one is called Hidden Love, and it's written by Sarah Teasdale. I hid the love within my heart and lit the laughter in my eyes, that when we meet he may not know my love that never dies. But sometimes when he dreams at night, a fragment force green and dim, it may be that my love crept out and brought the dream to him. And sometimes when his heart is sick and suddenly grows well again, it may be that my love was there to free his life of pain. Again, it could be just, not knowing that that feeling that someone, that one hit hard. Yes, it's unrequited love. It's definitely unrequited love, but it's one of those things that, that person may not think anything of you, but you're head over heels for them. You love them. You love them so much that maybe just the thought of you loving them is enough to heal them in sickness without them even knowing. That maybe your love is strong enough to reach them even in their dreams. We talked about that briefly, how you might dream of your significant other without realizing it. Maybe that's your significant other loving you. Maybe that's someone you know. Maybe that's their dream, to be with you. Who knows? Who knows? But that one was nice. That one was very nice. This one is called, what is it called? To My Dear and Loving Husband by Anne Bradstreet. If ever two were one, then surely we. If ever man were loved by a wife, then thee. If ever wife was happy in a man, compare with me, yea, woman, if you can. I praise thy love more than whole mines of gold, or the riches that the east doth hold. My love is such that rivers cannot quench, nor aught but love for thee give recompense. Thy love is such I can no way repay. The heavens reward thee manifold, I pray. Then while we live in love, let's so preserve that when we live no more, we may live forever. By Anne Bradstreet. Well, this one was surely meant for a lover, but yes. Oh, I like the title of this one. This one is simply called Love is Blind, which I believe everyone is familiar with that saying. Love is gentle, love is love is kind. Love is evil, love is blind, love will make you lose your mind. But anyway, Love is Blind by John Le Gay Baritone. And it reads, and when you tell me love is blind, because your faults he will not find, because the image that he sees is one of splendid mysteries, and if he lack the power to look on what he will as on a book, and read therein the heart of it, why are his ways with wonder lit? Why think you he should blind his eyes and hide the many-tinted skies? But that he sees too well to trust the shadows on an orb of dust. For he hath vision keener far than pouring thoughts and fancies are, an inward vision full and clear, when night has flung her mantle sheer. Across the world we stumble through, in search of truth's evasive clue. He looks, and straight there fall away the fluttering rags of your array, the far-fetched the indecent drape, the pads that mar the perfect shape, and naked to his revenant view is beauty's self, essentially you. That one I liked because oh, sorry about that. My headphone got plugged out. I liked that one quite a bit because it showed that love is blind, yes, but I think that seeing someone for their faults and loving them regardless is another form of love, if not higher than blind love. If you love someone blindly, you simply will never acknowledge their faults, whether or not they be a good person or not, what they view, what they see, how they see the world and others. You're blind because you're so infatuated with them. But if you see someone for their faults, if you see someone for their imperfections, maybe they don't like the color of their hair, maybe they don't like how when they laugh too abruptly, they laugh too loud. Maybe it's something that they don't like about themselves, as simple as how they walk or how they talk. To acknowledge that, yes, they have these faults, but you still love them regardless, isn't that another form of true love? If love is truly blind, can it really be called love? Can it truly be called love if you're not seeing the person for who they are, but rather for what you want to see? Just some food for thought. We might have enough for 2 more, though the last one would be a small one. And this one is called Ad Finem. And this one was by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. On the white throat of useless passion that scorched my soul with its burning breath, I clutched my hands in murderous fashion and held them close in a grip of death. For why should I fan or feed with fuel a love that showed me but blank despair? So my hold was firm and my grasp was cruel. I meant to strangle it then and there. I thought it dead, but with no warning it rose from its grave last night and came and stood by my bed till the early morning, and over it spoke my name. Its throat was red where my hands had held it. It burned my brow with its scorching breath, and I knew the moment my eyes beheld it, a love like this can know no death. For just one kiss that your lips have given in the lost a beautiful past to me, I would gladly barter my hopes of heaven and all the bliss of eternity, and never a joy are the angels keeping to lay at my feet in paradise, like that into your strong arms creeping and looking into your love-lit eyes. I know in the way that sins are reckoned that this thought is a sin of the deepest dye. But I know too, if an angel beckoned, standing close by the throne on high, and you adown by the gates infernal, should open your loving arms and smile, I would turn my back on things subnaural to lay on your breast a little while, to know for an hour you were mine completely, mine in body and soul, my own. I would bear unending tortures, sweetly, with not a murmur and not a moan, a lighter sin or lesser error. Might change through hope, or fear divine, that there is no fear, and hell has no terror to change or alter a love like mine. I know that feeling. I know that feeling quite well. When you've been hurt by someone many a times before and you've shut your heart. Yeah, I've been there before. I shut my heart to love. I didn't want to be hurt again. So I made the mental block, so to speak. I had all the defenses. I had all of the gates closed, shut. I didn't want to feel pain. I didn't want to feel hurt or used again. So I shut myself off from love. And in doing so, it only made my heart yearn for love more. And that's what the poem shows. That even though you try to shut your heart out, even though you try to seal yourself away from others, it is in your nature as a human to love and to want love. And even though you may not want it, your heart, it speaks a different language, and it will sought after the thing it wants the most. And when you find love, you can't run from it, because it will always be around you. We all have that feeling of we're done with love, we're done, we've had enough. But then we meet someone, and then that entire mindset is thrown out the window. And even though we resist, our heart claws its way to the top, and it demands what it has been longing for. No matter what you do, you can't help, you can't stop what the heart wants. We have one more poem. We have, you know what, two more short poems. Two more. This one is called To Thee by Clara Schanefeld, and it's a short one. White foam flower, red flame flower, on my tree of delight, lean from the shadow like singing in sorrow. Pale flower of thy smile, flame flower of thy touch in my night. And the last one we're going to read is simply called Tonight by Sarah Tisdale. The moon is a carving flower of gold. The sky is still and blue. The moon was made for the sky to hold, and I for you. The moon is a flower without a stem. The sky is luminous. Eternity was made for them. Tonight, for us. And that... I want to just do one more. I hope you wouldn't mind. I can't stop. Just two more. I know I said that 3 times, but just 2 more. 2 more, I say. For real this time. Promise. Promise. You can't see me, but I'm clapping. I'm glad. Love Me at Last. Love Me at Last by Alice Corbin. Love me at last, or if you will not, leave me. Hard words could never, as these half words, grieve me. Love me at last, or leave me. Love me at last, or let the last word uttered be but your own. Love me, or love me as a cloud, a vapor, or a bird flown. Love me at last, I am but sliding water over a stone. That was very short, but the last one, the last one, is When We First Meet, When We Met First, by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. When we met first and loved, I did not build upon the event with marble. Could it mean to last a love set pendulous between sorrow and sorrow? Nay, I rather thrilled, distrusting every light that seemed to gild the onward path, and feared to overlean a finger even. And though I have grown serene and strong since then, I think that God has willed a still renewable fear. O love, O throth, lest these encapsuled hands should never hold this mutual kiss drop down between us both, as an unowned thing, once the lips being cold, and love is be false, if he to keep one oath must lose one joy, be his life's star foretold. And I think that will be it. I think that was actually my last one. It's almost 3 a.m. here on my side of the world, so I think that's good. We went long. We went way longer than I was expecting. 3 hours. Good stream. Good Valentine's stream. Yes, it's very late where I am. I was not expecting to be streaming this much. I was expecting just an hour stream, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing this. I enjoyed talking to you all. I enjoyed reading for you all. Yeah. Great stream. Thank you so much. I may do this again one time. Maybe I'll experiment more and do things like this in the future, where I just read for you all. I would not mind that at all. It could even be stories or what have you. It doesn't just have to be poetry. But yes, it was fun. I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day. I hope you all had just a great day in general, even if you do not celebrate it. It was nice just to spend some time with you all, and just to spend time with the people you care about, you know? Love is not just romantic. It can also be platonic. And I hope you all have a great time with those around you. That would be pretty cool. You know what? It's an idea to try into the future. If it works, it works. We'll see. But, yes. I enjoy this quite a bit. But I will be ending the stream now. I do not know when I will be streaming again. I'll try to do a stream maybe this Thursday, maybe this Friday. It would most likely be a gaming stream, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yes, ZB Ninja B, thank you so much for showing up and being here through the entire stream. Dizzy Daz Henry, thank you so much for being here as well. And Wizzy, thank you so much for being here too. And yeah, also Hoshi, thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, I appreciate everyone, and if you're lurking, I appreciate the lurks as well. Have a great rest and night. Oh, thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day as well, and I hope you also have a great night. But until then, I will get the vibe music going. I will do that, and let me get this going. Also, for those who are wondering about the stream, I do have a VOD channel now. I do have a channel for past broadcasts. I also made a channel for clips. So if you just want to watch the entirety of the stream on YouTube, I will be posting it on a separate channel. That's all finished and said and done. And if you just want to listen to maybe some highlight clips I've made of certain streams, that has its own channel as well. So you have options no matter what you want. But yes, and we also have new emotes, yada yada yada. I've said this before. But yes, thank you all so much for coming. We will do this hopefully again in the future. I definitely would like to try new things, and this seems like a nice change of pace. So until then, sleep well, take care, and happy Valentine's Day. Love yourself and treat yourself right. Love is everywhere, and love is what you make of it. And I think that we learned that tonight. Until then, bye-bye. Good night. Good day. Farewell. Until the next time, my Valentine.